Hello, hello, hello. Okay, I can't tell if this is actually working. Just in case, I'm going to turn on my camera. Alright, hopefully everybody is officially seeing that screen in front of you. I'm also new to this live streaming, so you guys got to give me a second here. Make sure I've got this set up properly. Minimize this so I'm not seeing that. And then, ooh, power did just flicker, so hopefully we stay together with this. Alrighty. Let's see. Let's go back to here. See what's going on here. I am officially live and it's showing it, so I can see what's going on here. Great. That is awesome. I just can't see what you guys are saying now. What's up, everybody? Hope you are doing good. Alright, well, I am officially live right now from the Haunted Mansion. I hope everybody is having a good time. We, unfortunately, I'm going to click over just my screen. We are officially in the middle of a hurricane. Hurricane Milton is officially smacked the heck out of us. It is crazy out here. I hope everybody is being safe and doing what you need to do and taking care of each other. So that's how I can see that. Cool. Awesome. Now I can see where the messages are. What's up, Jason? It is good to see you, dude. It is good to see you. That is my brother. I hope you are doing good up there. So, here we are. Winds are exceedingly gusty. They are past 50 miles per hour. And yeah, it has been definitely kind of crazy out here. It's been one heck of a journey. So, with that being said, I just want to say thank you to anybody who did jump on here. And first with Coffee with a Ghost, as we always like to start with, and thanking people. I really want to thank our first responders right now, our people that are out there, our people that are pushing to, see what's going on and help us, our electrical linemen. I'm even seeing people that are coming in now from out of the state. We're catching it on the news with tow trucks and first aid supplies. We appreciate you. If nobody else from the state of Florida tells you thank you, your boy Ghost here says thank you. We do appreciate it so much. It is quite nasty out there right now. Uh, so the governor has officially issued a stay at place and stay off the roads. So if you try to leave your house right now and you're in this area of Tampa Bay, I'm not sure if it's the whole state, but I'm pretty sure it's not. It's just Tampa Bay area, especially in which counties. There are only 4 emergency vehicles right now only. Guys, stay off the roads. Don't go out. It's not fun to play in this. Don't cause more work for our poor responders that are out there. I think they've got enough to do on their hands. They have things happening all over the place right now. It's just not good for anybody. Again, be respectful of them. They've got enough going on. They're trying to keep us all safe and, doing what we're doing. So, next with that, I want to continue. If you guys want to talk about anything other than a hurricane, feel free to chap in, hit the comments there. I will occasionally check over here and see what's going on. What's up, Team Shadow? It's good to see you. Same with Squirrely Nuts, brother. What's going on? So, with the hurricane, let's see if I can actually bring this up on my screen to give you guys a better heads up. There we go. Now you are officially seeing the live radar. I am right about there. For anybody else on my page right now that happens to know Cutter, Cutter's also right there if you look at it. It's a little itty bitty peninsula. That is where we are located. We are in the thick of it now. It is official. It is a crazy storm and it is going nuts. But we're okay. Everybody I know is okay. Everybody's staying dry. We haven't seen too much flooding on the inland areas yet. I cannot say what the coastline looks like. I myself am about 2.5 miles, if you haven't ever caught my show, from the coastline, which means we're not technically in the surge area. Those areas I am quite concerned about how they've been getting hit. This wind has been pretty rough. I've seen some palm trees bend over and touch their toes, if you get my point. The Waffle House is officially closed out there. It is going. This storm is raging pretty hard. So if you, I don't know if any of the people I have on live, but if you catch this later and you're watching this and you're going, okay, I'm not used to this, because let's be honest. For us Floridians, we're not very used to this type of aggressive storm. We've been hit twice in a row, very quick segments there. This is a little rough. So, some quick tips just to keep yourself safe in this kind of situation. One, always put water and canned goods aside. You don't know when you're going to lose power for your water heater. Turn it off. It can save water right now. That can help you later on, possibly too. Another thing is fill up your bathtub. Now, I'm not necessarily going to say drink the water out of your bathtub, but Ghost here likes to have a, let's just say, nice smelling bathroom. And something a lot of people forget about is your toilet or commode, depending on what you would like to call it. Well, when your water's not on, it doesn't fill back up to flush. So, put some water in the bathtub, put a jug there. I promise you, you'll thank me later. You'll be sitting there going, oh, Ghost was right. I'm telling you. Other things. Keep lots of canned goods. Things that don't necessarily have to be heating up to eat. You could lose power. We have flickered. I'm glad we're holding on right now for this. We're so far doing great. But, I don't know what that means for later. So make sure you have food there that can be eaten without being heaten up. My favorites are Nutri-Grain bars, protein bars, peanut butter and jelly, your breads. If you are one of those survivalist type people and you have MREs sitting around, or you're an airsofter that goes hardcore and you got some MREs sitting around, this is that time to kind of bring them out and have them sitting aside. Another thing I suggest is if you have water and you think that water is going to possibly come in your house and you didn't have a chance to put sandbags or it's exceeding the sandbag level, please look at where your electrical plugs are lower to the ground. Unplug those items. If you can, save and be safe with that. One of the things we did face in Katrina was anytime we went in the water, you don't always know what's underneath the water. This isn't clean water, folks. This is stuff that's being washed in. This is stuff that you could step on and get hurt. There could be electrical lines down somewhere you don't know of. Water and electrical don't like to mix. That's not always such a good thing. So, be careful of that and aware of your environment. And my next thing is get a hand radio system. I personally right now have a Bofang digital system. It is awesome. We've had it on the Weather Channel listening to when we could and charged up on battery. If for some reason your electrical goes out, that will back you up where you don't have to continuously run your cell phone. That brings me to my next thing, cell phones. I've had to warn my teenagers on this right now. Watch your usage when you have power. Try to keep your cell phone as charged as possible while you have power. Convert over to those other electronics that it's not so scary if you lose if the power goes out. That is a big thing. If you have power battery banks, charge them up right now. Put them up in a high spot or inside of a Ziploc bag. That way they're put away. Again, the other biggest safety is to stay home. Always be safe first. All right, let me check the chat here. Oh, good. I'm glad to hear, Cutter, you still have power over there. That is awesome. I am a little concerned about all my friends in this area with power. Please be careful with that. If the power goes out, keep your freezers shut, keep your fridges shut. Again, make sure you got water supply sitting by and some good food to eat. Because unfortunately, if the power goes out, you don't really know how long it's going to take for them to get in. As I said earlier, much good energy to our people that are linemen, that are electricians, that are coming into the state right now in droves, and the people that are already here right now that are doing their best to keep us going. But it could be a big job ahead of them. So if you do lose power, be patient. Be patient with your neighbors. Remember everybody's going through something very difficult at the same time. keep up with that. So, alrighty, let's see if there's anything else on here. So, continuing on, we are here. We're holding strong. It has been a great, I say so far as safety is concerned, storm. I think the state really did get a warning out very early on. I think that they took it very seriously. They're still continuing to take it very seriously, and I appreciate that. No matter what your political affiliations are, no matter if you're Republican, you're Democrat, you're independent, you're right, you're left, you're sitting on top of the moon, you're hanging out on Mars, I don't know, don't care, ghost ain't in that. But what I will say for the state of Florida's government right now, so far they have seemed to really take this storm seriously, especially on a local level, and to those politicians and the people making those decisions. Your boy Go says thank you. I mean, that is important that we all get that information out the way they've been getting it out and helping get people out of the area and telling people to evacuate in those proper areas and in timely manner. It wasn't like, oh, you got to leave now. No, no, it was days ago. For you guys over here, you were warned days ago to get on out of here. Ever since they, said that Milton looked like it was going to be what it kind of came out to sort of be. And by the way, y'all can comment on this. I want to know who named this Hurricane Milton. I mean, I get there's some kind of system with this, and it's alphabetical order, and they got all that set up there. But this to me feels like one of those situations where you're with your boys, you're hanging out at the bar, and you bump into somebody, and they're like, "Hey, man, don't start with me. I'll call my boy Milton over." And you're like, all right, go ahead, call your boy Milton over. Call Milton over. All of a sudden, some 6'3" freaking gorilla walks over and goes, "Hi, my name's Milton." That's what this feels like. Who would have thought a storm named Milton would do? I mean, just to me, it feels like we're a little off right now on our hurricane names. I don't know. So, I mean, yeah. But I was a fan of Office Space. Nice. Oh, it is definitely, yeah, yeah. It kind of feels like that Office Space kind of feel out there. And I'll give it to it. So, my phone, if you hear it in a minute, has been going off quite a bit with local warnings. We are officially like, do not move position with the storm. She actually kind of sounds a little calm. Let's see if I can check the radar and see. We might be looking at the eye here. Let's see, looking at the radar. We're not too far off of it. Yeah, it's definitely. That's actually been one of the issues with the storm is the eye keeps fluctuating in size. For people who don't get that, that's because now with her being over the land and part of it still being over the water right now in the Gulf is just, it's hot. I mean, it's like, remember being a little boy and your mama would say, "Oh, the bathtub's fine, honey. You can go jump in the bath." And you put that first toe in there and you felt like you just got thrown a bouldering of hot water, of boiling water. Well, it's kind of what the Gulf of Mexico almost feels like right now. We have had such a hot water. So you got part of the storm over the land, and our temperatures right now have dramatically dropped. And you have part of the storm over the water, and it's causing this big fluctuation out there. And, Milton, he's going through some emotional stuff right now. And so part of it's going to be wider, and it's hitting a little bit stronger on different sections of the storm. If anybody's on here that happens to hop on, like I know Cutter was on here a second ago, I seen him a second ago. Feel free to talk about what it's like in your area. I'm personally located a little bit in a different area than Cutter. He could be seeing a lot more rain. He's in more of a subdivision type neighborhood. I am lucky enough the haunted house is located in a castle. Basically, is all I'm going to give the description of in the city of Dunedin, Florida. I love Dunedin. That's my city. Big props to you. But let's just say it kind of looks like a castle. So I'm a little bit higher up off the ground. I'm catching more of the higher winds right now than maybe Cutter is. I don't know anybody else. I'm kind of keeping track of who's on and not on. But if you got a different view of what you're seeing out there, it's definitely we're getting a lot of water, a lot of rain, a lot of wind. That is the depth at the moment, and a lot of bored kids. I think they're tired of being out of school at this point, and that's sad. That's just definitely sad. All right, man. How do you feel your area is going to be with flooding? Interesting question. I'm lucky enough that I'm at a pretty high elevation compared to the other closer to the coast. Florida actually does quite a bit of a dramatic elevation, even though we don't really feel it here. It's not like we feel like we have huge hills. It's very slow grade, but it is a quite a big difference elevation to the coastline. So we're not looking at what they call the surge effect so much where I'm located. Luckily, I'm not looking forward to seeing what that does down on the roadways that are so pretty, wrapping up the Gulf of Mexico right there in St. Joseph Sound. But I will say where I'm at, our concern of flooding is constant rain. We haven't had a lot of time to get rid of water, so a lot of water is not, soaking in at the moment. Starting to get a little concerned, but so far it looks like we're holding well. I will give them that the drain off system seems to be doing its best to maintain, if that makes sense. And the water seems to be flowing so far towards those drains. When we stop seeing that water flowing towards the drains, we start seeing it look like it's stagnant, it's building up. That's where the concerns get. Now, again, I'm located on a second level. So, a second story area. So, what that means for me is I'm actually higher up. So, if it does flood, we'll still be okay in my part of the haunted house. But we'll definitely be watching out for our neighbors and seeing how they're doing. So, Jaw, thank you, brother. Yes, we are doing everything we can to stay safe. As much as possible at the moment here. As I've said before, we were trying to stay in place, stay in shelter. Mrs. Ghost, she went crazy. She is awesome in these situations. Before I knew it, we had like 21 gallons of water. We had lots of food. And I will say, if anybody's lived in an area that's had a natural disaster, what she had to go through to get that stuff, much props to my baby. It is not fun going out there looking for supplies. We were sold out of gas in this area quite a bit before like this moment got to here. So I feel very safe, with what she has set up with that. And as far as windows and stuff like that, we're lucky here. We have storm-proof windows. I did go and help put up, some wood on a couple places down in other areas of Dunedin yesterday. I've seen some people actually bringing out the metal storm windows. I ain't seen that since I was a little kid. That says something for when you see the older Floridians go, no, it's going to be a storm. Then I get nervous. I mean, everybody talks about the Waffle House. Yeah, of course, Waffle House closes. It's automatically like, whoa, what's going on? But then when all of a sudden, what we like to call the old Florida crackers, these guys that have been here their whole lives and are 70 years old come wandering out going, no, no, it's time to put up the metal storm shutters. Yeah, it's getting real. It's getting real, real quick. So, yeah. But I appreciate it, y'all. We are doing everything we can to try to stay safe. See, I have to give it, Jaw. That is something that I have experienced a little bit in my life. Snow, microbursts, and blizzards. I did live in upstate New York for a while, and I've lived in Virginia at another point. I will say that blizzards are a completely different beast. You don't get as much warning, and man, there's an amazing amount of snow, and it can get just as scary, if not more, maybe, than a hurricane. It's just like you're fighting different things, but it's still Mother Nature seems to be coming after you. And I have to say, I don't know. Right now, I think after the storm, the rest of us Floridians need to figure out who is pissing off Mother Nature here on the west coast of Florida, who is disturbing the balance, because we need to get rid of them. I don't quite know who it is, but somebody's pissed off Mother Nature, and she's coming at us in Tampa this year. I mean, I think somebody was telling me the other day it was like 100 years since we've had this level of a storm hit Tampa Bay. We're talking like, I think they said 1922, 1923. I'm not actually sure since we've had this level. And nobody can tell me the last time we've had back to back storms like this come into our bay, at least. It's been quite a long time. So, I mean, we've had storms, but yeah, this is definitely different. I'm hoping my audio and my internet's still going with you guys. I'm not quite sure. If somebody could respond, let me know. Because yeah, it seems like it's getting low. You know, no, no jaw. It was not the Buccaneers. Don't start with me on the Buccaneers right now. You know what? I'm gonna publicly say it. Y'all need to get a better O line. I don't know what the heck is going on with the Buccaneers. I don't care. We got the best damn quarterback in the league. I don't care if we do. If he does not get at least 2 to 3 step back to be able to control the pocket and do something with that ball, we're not gonna win nothing. O line, wake up. Protect your quarterback. It ain't no different than what we had at Shadowlands. You go out with a commander who's your quarterback, and you enter that field. Your biggest thing should be protect that commander because he's orchestrating everything. Well, it's the same thing with the quarterback. If you ain't giving him no time, he ain't gonna be able to play. I don't even know what to say. It almost feels like we're going back to the 90s and the 80s of the curse of the Buccaneers again, man. See, I'm an old time Buck fan. We're talking like creamsicle orange here, hanging out in the old Sombrero Stadium, like getting our butts kicked every time Green Bay came in by Brett Favre. I've been a fan since back in the day. And I just see so much potential with my team right now, and with Baker Mayfield playing the way he does. I mean, he is a great quarterback. He's moving quick. He's showing smart moves on the field. But again, I don't care how good you are. If you don't have any time to make the play, ain't gonna do nothing for you. It's just not gonna do it. So according to Team Shadow, thank you for this. Looks like the storm will be at a Cat 1 tomorrow. I was, that don't surprise me. Honestly, it really doesn't with the way these storms progress and they move, but I do want to give some credit. Don't forget, if she breaches over to the other side of the state of Florida, she could pick up a little bit more strength over there, and there's talk that it could come up wrapping the East Coast. So if you guys are up above us, Georgia, say South Carolina, one of them, you know who I'm talking to right now, guys, I would say, you might be getting some rain and hopefully it's not too much for you. I know you guys had a lot with the last storm before this, so I'm hoping that this breaks down a little bit more before it heads up that direction, but definitely be aware of that. Everybody's like, oh, well, it's going to drop down in strength. Yeah, until it finds some water again, and then she might pick back up. These things are unpredictable. I mean, as